Children, and now we are moving towards the last topic of our chapter, which is very important: universal suffrage. So, in a democratic country, the democracy is successful only when the citizens are having the right to vote. So, the right to vote is called suffrage or franchise. It is also known as universal adult franchise. So, in India, we have UAF, that is universal adult franchise. It means that all Indian citizens, those who are 18 or above 18 years old, they are having the right to vote. So this is only known as universal adult franchise, means right to vote. So universal adult franchise is very important feature of the Indian democracy, and it was adopted as soon as our Indian constitution it came into existence on 26 January 1950. And the first general elections held in our country in 1952, they were based on the universal adult franchise only. So children, in India, our constitution grants us UAF, and the process of choosing a person or a group of people for a position by voting is known as election, and the right to vote is known as suffrage or franchise. Most of the democratic countries today, they are having this universal adult franchise or universal adult suffrage. But this was not the case earlier. Earlier, what was the condition like? The women, the poor, the propertyless, the people those who were not having the property, and the uneducated people, they were denied voting rights. They were denied with the voting rights. It means these people, the categories, the women, the poor, the propertyless people, and the educated people, they were not allowed to vote. And only men, those who owned their own property, those who owned property, and those who were educated, only those men were allowed to vote. And a minority of the people were thus given the right to choose their government. And at the end of the 18th century, only 2% of Britain's own population were having the right to vote. And women also could not vote because they did not have the right to own the property. So this was the reason that why the women were not having the right to vote. And now the struggle for universal adult franchise began in the early 19th century. And many reforms means many changes, many social changes, many political changes were brought, introduced in extending and giving the voting rights to a large number of people. And the struggle also was aiming at removing the property requirements for voting and also for granting the right to vote to women. But still for a longer time the women were denied voting rights. And it was also believed that women had no role in the political matters and their place is only at home. They are meant only to do the kitchen and household work. And that is why a man voted on behalf of his entire family. So the woman did not vote separately. Then women had to fight very hard and for a very long time against all these stereotypes, prejudices to get the voting rights. So such movement, which is known as the suffragette movement, as you can see here. This movement was known as suffragette movement. So this British women organized a protest movement against a government policy because the government was not allowing the women to right to vote. So against the government policies, British women, they have organized a protest, and this protest movement was known as suffragette movement. And it was also started in the year 1848 in America. And the participants, those who were participating in this suffragette movement was known as suffragettes. So now a movement started in America also, in Britain also, and this way this movement spread across many countries. And then women participating in this movement, they adopted very strange, very extreme methods in order to obtain the right to vote. So they went on hunger strikes and they even chained themselves to the railings on the streets to get the attention of the government and the public. And they also burned the contents of the post boxes. They have smashed, broken the windows, broken the street lights. So this way they have adopted this kind of practices, methods to bring the attention of the government towards the women. And the name of one suffragette, Emily Davison, she died after she threw herself in front of the king's horse at Epsom Derby in the year 1930. Now what is this Epsom Derby? It's a horse racecourse road in England. So this is a real incident. Epsom Derby had died and she has given the sacrifice of her life, and many suffragettes, they were imprisoned also, they were tortured also. And during the First World War, that is in the year 1914. Now during the First World War, millions of men, they had to leave their jobs because they had to fight in the wars, okay, for their country, for the protection of their country. So now during this time, what role was played by the women? The women took up the jobs that were earlier done by the men. Women supported the war efforts by doing that job, that work which were done earlier by the men. So this way, seeing the efforts, tireless efforts of the women, this made people realize that women were much more capable, much more stronger, much more able than what they had been credited with the previously. Okay, so this way these efforts of the women had changed the mindset of the people, mindset of the man, and mindset of the government. And India gained independence in which year? In 1947. So when the elections were held for the first time in 1951-52, women were given equal voting rights as men. So this way it has brought them, women, on the par with man in the voting rights. And now today if we see the government department, today they are playing a very active role and they are holding very important post. Okay, if we'll see that who is our current finance minister, she is Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, and also many more ministers we are having in the government. So children, now we have seen that it was only after years of struggle that the demands of the women were met, were fulfilled. And in the year 1918, the Britain allowed women to vote only if they were 30 years and owned the property. And finally in the year 1928, now we can see now the British women, they have won the right vote on equal terms with the men. So this was a victory of the women in Britain. And the USA also, in USA also women were given the right to vote in the year 1920, and in France also, the France government also granted the voting right to women in the year 1945. So it was only after long struggle only, children, which were led by social activists and the great campaigners for women rights, that women, they were able to get the right to vote. And now we have come to the ending part of the chapter, that what we have learned in this chapter. So in this chapter, children, we have learned that the framers of our constitution, Indian constitution, they had started working on the drafting the constitution, and also making some laws which can remove the inequality and the discrimination from our country. So they started working before independence only on it. And the whole and sole motto of the framers of the Indian constitution was to establish equality and remove injustice from our country. So with this, children, we have completed our chapter. And one more important factor we have learned, that our constitution only has given us the right to vote equally to everybody without any distinction, without any discrimination in the name of gender, in the name of economic discrimination, in the name of religion, caste, gender and creed. So everybody has got the right to vote. All adult person are having the right to vote. So now before I end the chapter, let us have a quick recap of this chapter, what we have learned in this chapter. So in this chapter, children, first of all, we have begun our topic with what is a government. Okay, so the government is a political authority or a group of people which manage the affairs of a country. So we have learned what is the government and what is the meaning of the government, and this also we have learned that what is the main role and the functions performed by the government, that is to make the laws, to make the decision, and to provide the infrastructure, and to build roads, and to provide electricity, drinking water, health care, to maintain the armed forces. So this all we have learned. And then income, source of income of the government is from the taxes. Through the taxes, the government, they get the money, and then they provide us all the public facilities. Then also we have learned the different levels of the government are very very necessary for the smooth functioning of the government in a huge country like India. So in our country we have the government at the three levels. That is, first level is at the national level, that is, it is also known as union or central government. That is at the country level, the government at the country level. Then we have the second government at the state level, and the third we have at the local level. So this system is also known as federal system, in which we have the government at more than two levels: national level, state level, and local level. Then we have understood what are laws and why laws are important, and who is in government, which body is making the law. So at the central level, the law making body is known as legislature that way, and in the central level, parliament is making the law. So parliament is our supreme law making body. This is the Parliament of India, which is in New Delhi. And then, so in India we have the parliamentary form of government, in which the Prime Minister is the real head, and he is assisted by the Council of Ministers. And we are having the three sessions in 1 year. And there are two houses of the parliament, Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. And the members of the parliament are known as members of parliament. And similarly, in every state we are having the law making body, which is known as state legislature. So in the state legislature also there are two houses, Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. That is state legislature and the state legislative council. So state legislative assembly we have in all the 28 states, and also in 3 UTs like Jammu Kashmir. Then we also have in Delhi and Puducherry. But the legislative council, Vidhan Parishad, we have only in the 6 states. So this, and then we have learned about the types of the government. So first is monarchy. In monarchy, today also we remember Akbar and Ashoka, okay, and the Chandragupta Maurya and the Rani Lakshmibai as the great monarchs. That is king or queens. Monarch means a king or queen. So in the monarchy system of government, it is headed by a king or a queen. Then we have learned about the dictatorship, second kind of government, dictatorship, and he is Adolf Hitler on your screen, who was an infamous German dictator in the world's history. And then in your book the example is given that in Bhutan also, today also we have the monarchy system of government, in which from since 2006, Jigme Khesar Namgyel, he is a monarch of our neighboring country Bhutan. And then one more example of dictatorship in North Korea. Then in Pakistan also we are since a longer time the dictator kind of government is existing over there. And then we come to about the democracy. In democracy there are two types of government: the parliamentary system of government and the presidential system of government. So in USA we have the presidential form of government, in which the current president is Donald Trump. So children, with this we have covered above chapter today. I hope you all have understood and understood the concept of the chapter also. So see you again in the next chapter. Have a great day. Thank you children.